Every tool you give an agent is blast radius. A tool an agent can't reach is a blast it can't cause. Welcome to AI Tech Book. Today, distributing tools across agents, why one mega agent with every tool fails twice, and how least privilege shrinks the blast radius. Here's the tempting move. You've got several agents, so you hand them all the same big tool set to be flexible. It fails twice. Failure 1. More tools don't make it better. Every tool definition you load sits in the context, and when there are too many, the agent gets confused about which one to call. Failure 2. Blast radius. An agent can only do what its tools allow, so a mega agent holding every tool can do anything if it's compromised or just wrong. So every extra tool is two liabilities at once, a selection cost and a blast radius cost. Fewer scope tools fix both. Take the first cost on its own. Cost 1, more tools don't lead to better outcomes. That's Anthropic's own guidance. Here's why. Every tool you define gets loaded into the context, whether the agent calls it or not. And when tools overlap or their purpose is vague, the agent gets confused about which to use. So selection accuracy drops, and the window fills with definitions it may never touch. Wrapping every API endpoint into a tool without thinking about what the agent's actually doing hurts. Load only the tools the agent needs. And the second cost is the dangerous one. The principle that fixes both is one you already know from security: least privilege. Give each agent only the focus tool set its specific workflow needs, nothing more. And here's the elegant part. When you name tools around the natural subdivisions of a task, you cut the number of definitions in context and the chance of a wrong call at the same time. Poor scope design increases the damage when something goes wrong. Least privilege constrains it. So scope the tool set to the job, then make that scope smaller with 3 levers. Lever 1, have fewer tools in the first place. Lever 1, consolidate. Fewer, higher level tools, each doing more under the hood. Instead of a tool per API call, build one tool that handles several operations. A schedule event tool, instead of separate list users, list events, and create event. A search logs tool, instead of a generic red logs. A get customer context tool that compiles what's needed in one call, instead of forcing the agent to chain 3 lookups. Now there are fewer tools to choose from, less to load, and the agent stops chaining brittle multi-step calls. Consolidate before you distribute. Lever 2, make the ones you keep unambiguous. Lever 2, namespace. When tools overlap in function or read vague, the agent guesses wrong. The fix is simple: prefix each tool by its service or resource. Not 2 tools both called search. Instead, Asana search and Asana project search. Now every tool's boundary is obvious, and the agent reaches for the right one without guessing. Clear names aren't just tidy, they're a selection tool. Name every tool so its boundary is unmistakable. Levers 1 and 2 shrink one agent set. Lever 3 splits it across agents. Lever 3, scope per agent. Don't give the whole team the whole toolbox. Split the tools by who actually needs them. The orchestrator, the agent you trust and supervise, can hold the powerful destructive tools write, deploy, delete. The specialized sub-agents that go off and explore and search get a focused, often read-only set. It's the same separation of concerns you'd use for sub-agent isolation, now applied to permissions. And the nice result, the agent doing the risky exploring is the one with the least power to break things. Put it together and watch the blast radius collapse. Here's the payoff made concrete. Same attack, 2 agents. Worker A holds 12 tools, including delete and deploy. Worker B holds 2, both read-only. Now, one of them gets hit by a prompt injection. Compromise worker A, and the blast radius is everything its 12 tools can touch, delete, deploy, exfiltrate. Compromise worker B, and the worst it can do is read 2 things. Same attack, wildly different damage. Because blast radius is just the union of an agent's tool's powers, shrink the set and you shrink the blast. The scoped agent fails small. So where do people blow the radius back up? 4 traps, each one rearms the blast radius. 1, give every agent every tool to be flexible. That flexibility you pay for twice, in selection and in blast radius. 2, One mega agent with all the tools, the biggest possible radius, and the worst selection. 3. A write or delete tool on an exploratory agent, your riskiest agent holding your most dangerous tool. 4. No namespacing, vague, overlapping tools the agent keeps picking wrong. Every one of those hands an agent power it doesn't need for its job. Consolidate, namespace, scope, and keep the destructive tools off the risky agent. So the answer, how do you distribute tools across agents? Distribute by least privilege. Consolidate to fewer, higher-level tools. Namespace them so the boundaries are clear. Then scope each agent and each sub-agent to only the tools its job needs, keeping the destructive ones on the supervised lead. A tool an agent can't reach is a blast it can't cause. The whole thing, one screen. More tools aren't better, they cost selection and blast radius. Consolidate to fewer, higher-level tools. Namespace so boundaries are clear. Scope each agent to only the tools its job needs. And the payoff, blast radius, is the union of an agent's tools. Shrink the set, shrink the blast. Every tool you give an agent is blast radius, scope to least privilege. That's how you distribute tools across agents. If this tightened up your agent design, share it with one person who hands every agent every tool. Subscribe to AI Tech Book. Next, the guardrail that matters most, teaching an agent to say, I don't know.